Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So currently we have 14 participants. I'll wait for a few more to join. I'll add it on the story so everyone knows it has started. Okay, until then, we have 21 participants. We'll wait for maybe 10 more minutes. So you can tell me about yourself, like how's your journey going? Have you guys already tried applying for jobs in Europe or not yet? Or this is your first session or information content that you're trying to access to get to Europe? How's it going?
Yeah, hello. This is Arvind.
Mhm.
So myself, I'm currently living in Germany only. And can I also speak in for? Is it only for the job seekers who are from India?
From India, especially from Germany, also people can use this session because I'm going to share about CV tips and LinkedIn cover letter, like the basic profile what you should have to apply to Germany, and also basic information like what will be the salaries, cost of living, in demand professions, how you should calculate the taxes, is Germany for you or not? Such kind of topics will also be covered. So it's for everyone, basically, anybody around the world can join.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm sharing my screen, so can you all see that already?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So let me start.
And పండగే ఇద్దరు కలిసి
Ravanan, are you trying to say something or
సార్
I would I would request everyone to mute their audio because otherwise there'll be clash of our voices and it won't be recorded. So this will be a recorded session so that you all can access it after the course has ended. That's why I would request that everyone stay on mute. If you have any urgent queries, you can always use the chat. And this is going to be a 3-hour session, and we will have a 5-minute break in the between. If you need breaks, you can just go because after coming back or later, you will always have access to the recording of the session. So I think it's time to start now. Welcome everyone today to this course, How to Find a Job in Germany or anywhere in Europe. Why I'm saying that? Because generally throughout European countries, the process of finding jobs, the process of applying for work permit, everything remains pretty much same or constant. If you change your continent, then there might be differences in CV or profile that you're looking for, process of visas, but in Europe it pretty much stays constant. So if you're planning to move to, say, not Germany but Netherlands, Finland, Sweden, anywhere, this course or the content of the course applies to you wherever you're trying to move. And I hope I'm going to share a lot of content that you guys want to know. I have researched a lot for this course. Also, I looked up your messages, your Q&A sessions that you write to me on Instagram, all those questions, and I have compiled this course into one so that you get all the information A to Z from about finding jobs in Germany. So let's start. Also, if you have joined from any one of my channels, like maybe from LinkedIn, you saw this link, or Instagram or YouTube, I have other channels. So feel free to follow me there so that you get more information and you stay updated, because I post a lot of long form content on YouTube, and Instagram is much shorter and precise information. YouTube has much detailed videos. So feel free to follow me on any of the platforms to get the information you want. And a short introduction about me. I am Priyanka. As you all know me, I work as an IT project manager from the past 5 years in Germany. How I moved to Germany, I studied masters here, masters in IT. So my previous background was that I studied bachelor in electronics, and then I thought that this is not something I want to do. So I changed my field to IT. And it's pretty much possible. This is also one question that I get very often, that can you change your field? Is it possible? If you want to do something, it is possible. You just have to find the way for it. That would be my answer here. And that's what I did. So I did my master's here for 2 years, and after that I got a direct job at Audi as a product manager. I did not have any coding experience, developer experience in India or Germany before I got this job. I had product management experience as a student, so I worked as a student before starting this job full time as a product manager. So I had no technical experience, so to say. And that's all. And I share information about Germany, about Europe, about studying, working, anything you want, life in Germany. And if you ever want to connect, there's my TopMate link. You can join there and connect with me for your personal queries. What are the topics that I'll be covering today? Firstly, talking about the European job market, because there are loads of questions from all of you and many comments on my reels also, that there is recession. What should we do? Should we move or not? So I'm going to tell you the real picture of job market scenario here. Then licensed and regulated professionals, because I get a lot of messages from doctors also, that how can we move? But for doctors, it's not that easy as it would be for a person from the background of tech or IT. So that's one topic that I thought would be very interesting for you to understand in what category your profession comes and how easy it is for you to move to Europe. Then what does a perfect profile have? So everything that I have constantly talked about in my stories, about the CVs, about the cover letter, some tips for it, about using ChatGPT to improve your resume, also your LinkedIn profile, Zing profile. There are many ways in which you can make your profile better and apply for jobs. So I'll be talking about that here. How do you apply? So which websites you should look for? How should you apply? What should be your approach when applying? All that will be spoken about here. Social connect and networking. Networking is a very important part of finding a job, because 90% of the people do not connect with the recruiter after applying for job. And how to do that, what to do there, what template you should use, I've sent that yesterday. Now we will talk about how to do that. Then interview process and timelines, visa types, how to apply for visa, whether you are in Europe or outside Europe, what should be the process that you should follow, and what documents or cost you need. And closing thoughts. So question and answers, you can ask your question. This is a live session, I'm there, and until all your questions are answered, I will be there in the session. So don't worry that your question will remain there. I will answer each and every question of yours. Rules of the workshop, pretty clear, that you have to be on mute because this is a recorded session. Note down all the points or questions that you may have in the end in the Q&A session, I will clear all of them. Templates are already provided. If you have not received it, please let me know. I will tell you where to find that, find the whole zip file of the templates. And session is recorded. You will get the recording today itself after I end this course. So let's make this together. Starting the course. Now, imagine it is Friday, 1st of December, 6 months from now. And this is the time that you'll either be happy about what you have done throughout the year or not so happy because you have not reached the goals. And you have to decide right now in May what you want to do or what steps you should take to be happy or to achieve the goal that you have set for this year. And most of you have this goal of moving to Europe. So let's see how you can move forward or what steps you should take to reach this goal today. So make sure you note down what your goal is, what you have to do to achieve this goal, and are you there? Let's talk about this. First of all, the mindset should be very clear and your goal should be very clear in front of you. Many of you have this goal, I want to move, but nothing is clear where, why, how, or do I even have the eligibility or profile to move there? This is never the thought. So I will tell you today step by step what and how you should do exactly. So first of all, decide your exact goal. What do you want to do? What is the job profession that you're seeking for? Why is it important? Because if you don't know the name of your profile, then it will be very difficult for you to search the jobs. I have had so many candidates who didn't know that what their job profile would be called in Europe. They did something in India, but they don't know what is the exact profile name for this thing. So we had to go through LinkedIn jobs. We had to check through job descriptions and find a title for the person and then start the job search. So it is that basic when you start your job search. Know what you want to work as, where you want to work in automotive sector, in IT sector, medical sector, where exactly do you have the jobs? Do you have the resources that you need to achieve this goal? So resources would be have you decided the country? Now that you're in this course, I would say that you have decided for Germany or Finland or whatever. You have decided for Europe because this course is for Europe. Then you have all the documents. I've sent you the template. Now it's your work to really work on them and improve them, optimize them, and prepare a profile. Do you have your LinkedIn profile ready? Because many people get direct jobs, like HRs contact them directly on LinkedIn. But is your profile worth it that HRs will contact you? Let's check in this course. Are you putting in the work? I talk to so many people and they tell me that I applied sometime 3 months back and I don't get any calls. So if you're in that boat, how will you get the calls? You have to be very consistent in this job application process because there is loads and loads of competition. It's not just you who are applying. There are people from all over the world who want to move to Europe, who want to apply for that job that you want. And that's why you have to be consistent. You have to apply fast. You have to be quick, that when a job is posted, you should get the notification first and you should apply to it maybe in the first 1 week of when that job is posted, not later than that. And be consistent. Reserve a time weekly and apply for that. That's how you put in consistency. You cannot say that I applied for 100 jobs in 1 day and after that 4 months I didn't do anything. That's not how it works. You have to be constantly in touch with the process because job market is rapidly changing right now. And right mindset. This job application process is all about rejections and negative things, and there can be times when you feel so rejected or you feel so disappointed with the whole process that you don't want to do it again. But I read something on the internet about this, that if you have an account and your 10 rupees is or 10 euro is gone out of that account and you have like maybe 100,000 euros there and your 10 euro is gone, you would not waste your whole day crying on that 10 euro that is gone. You would work on that 90,990 euros that are left in that account, and you would work on that, invest that, and you would not care about that small 10 euro. So that is one approach that you can take, that there will be rejections, but first thing is learn why there is rejection. where is the problem in your profile, in your attitude, or in the websites that you're using to apply, where exactly. So try to find problems, ask feedback. After talking to a lot of you, I got to know that you do not ask the HR that why I was rejected. The HR is ready to tell you. They are in contact. They replied personally that we could not select you. But you did not reply back saying that, can you tell me the reason why I was rejected? It would help me to improve my profile, or it would help me to get a feedback on where I can improve for next applications. So that is one important changing factor, and this will also help the HR build a connection with you, because later if similar job props up, that HR will know that you are the person who came back, who followed up, and who asked that where is it wrong. You are the person who is willing to improve. So that's how you really approach the job application process. It's not just you apply on 100 applications one day and leave it. You have to constantly follow up, you have to keep a track, and you have to keep improving according to the changes in the market and according to the technology that is coming up in the market. So before you start Know Your Destination, this is all about goal setting. Identify your target countries. You want to move to Europe, it's clear. The process is very much similar all throughout Europe in all the 27 countries. But which country do you want to go to? Based on, is your profession requiring the local language of the country? Like doctors, they need to know the language. Without that, they cannot move. Their first step, if a doctor wants to move from India to Germany, first step is getting fluent in German, having at least B2 level of certificate. Without that, they cannot even go to the next step. So that is why identify your target countries. What is your demand for that profession? What are the requirements or eligibility for your profession in that specific country? What are the salaries? Talk to people, talk to me, or talk to any of your friends or relatives who are already there and ask them, how is it, what should I do, or is there even a demand for this profession? Like recently I was talking to an organization and they told me that demand for dentist is not there. There are so many dentists that dentists from Germany are moving out to Norway or Scandinavian countries because there are too many dentists in Germany, and there's no demand to get more dentists into Germany. This was super shocking to me when in the times of labor shortage, there is a profession which has no demand, and that too something like a doctor. So that's why identify what is your target countries, research the job market, understand the demand for your profession, the salary, what you can expect there, the savings potential. Also check the labor laws or visa requirements. Like I said, for doctors to move, there are special tests that you have to give. For tech or IT people, you don't have to give any special test. You just can apply for jobs, give the interview, get the job offer, and move. It's that simple for tech people. Then how's the daily life there? What is the cost of living? Is that salary enough for you to live? Is the salary matching your experience that you have? Because there are many people who have like 7, 8, 9 years of experience and they get very low salary, like 60,000 euros. It's super low salary. That is something a person after doing masters, a fresher, would get in Germany, especially in IT and tech areas. So understanding what is the salary, how it will help you live here, is it matching your profile and experience, your background, understanding all that before selecting your country. Then how's family life, education, then hospital system. Like hospital system here in Europe is so difficult. Getting appointments is difficult. I have to wait like 3 months. If I'm not feeling well today, I have stress like, oh God, will I get an appointment immediately, or do I have to go to doctor after 3 months? Until then, what will happen to me? What should I do? That is one question. So understand how's the healthcare system there. But one thing is good, that I don't have to pay to go to a doctor. So it's absolutely free. Whatever doctor I want to go to, it's free. Kids life, there is education. So right from your play group until masters, PhD, it's free to do that. I did whole of my masters completely free for zero tuition fees. I just had to do the cost of living, fund that myself. And how's the family life here? Can dependents work? Unlike US, because in US dependents cannot work directly. Many of them go there and they have to invest again into the masters. after marriage. So here it's not the case. When dependents come here, their visa is such that they can start working right from day one if they have a job offer. It's that easy for dependents to come here. There are many integration courses given. There are many aids from government where you can learn German. So those are the things, those are the merits of moving to Europe. I would say you have to research all these things for you. If you're single, then if after your marriage, how easy will it be for your wife to move? Will she have to do German course? Because some people who have PR, they have to show maybe A1 certificate of German. So all these things you have to keep in mind while selecting your country. And what will be your saving potential? Of course, that depends on your cost of living, on the kind of lifestyle that you have. Do you like to spend and live a luxury life and only travel in luxury, or are you someone who is willing to live frugally and save money also? So all these factors you have to keep in mind before you start your job search or before you select a particular country, because it happens that people move and they feel, oh, is it a mistake that I made? I was earning pretty much more in India, I was saving more in India, and why did I even take this decision? So you should not land in the same boat. That's why it's important to research these factors exactly. And it's easy nowadays to research that. Back when I moved, there was no information available as such on internet. Nowadays you just open YouTube, type your query, and you have complete video A to Z, step by step, telling you how the life is, showing you everyday life. So it's much easier for you. If you sit one day and research on YouTube, I think you'll have answers to most of your questions before selecting your country. So moving to the European job market scenario, can you move? First of all, there is a huge labor shortage in European market. Why? Because the population is retiring. And here, when you retire, you get pension from the states. So the state should have money to give you that pension. Where this money comes from? From the current job working people. The current working people pay tax, and that money is used to give pension to the retired people. That is the kind of social system here. So when I am working now, my money is not going or saving to my retirement, but is going to the old people who are old right now living here, and it's going as their pension. So when I will get old people working at that time, money from their taxes will come as pension to me. So that is why there is a huge crisis. That is why they want a lot of people to support the kind of social system that they have built and to keep it running smoothly. Companies are hiring for high demand job in spite of recession. So not all professions are in demand, but only the high demand ones like tech, IT, medical sector. All these are booming. The Europe is moving towards digitalization now, not in a very fast speed, but slowly. And to catch up, they need lot of IT people who understand tech, who understand how things work, how digitalization should take place. And that's why these tech sectors are booming so much. Even renewable energy, almost all countries in Europe have their plan that until 2030, 2035, or 2050, they want to move completely to renewable energy. Germany is closing down nuclear plants in favor of renewable energy. So all these professions are in lot of demand. Need for adaptability to local language. Most professions demand that you should know the local language. Like many unskilled jobs like electricians, carpenters, kind of, or doctors, especially because they have to talk to local people every day. So all these professions demand local language. Also, if your profession doesn't demand, if you suppose get an English job in Germany, and you move here, but you realize that to get PR, you need to have A1 at least or B1 certificate of German to get that PR for yourself. So at some point in time, you will have to learn the local language to improve your visa situation and to get permanent residency or even passport here. English speaking jobs are available, but they are not many. Uh, this is applicable also not to all professions, like doctors can't work in English, but tech people can definitely find English jobs. Also, sectors like finance, sales, and marketing, they are pretty much German dominated. Manufacturing, logistics, all these, finding English speaking jobs in this is going to be not very easy. It will take a long time until you get a job. So instead of focusing on just one country at that time, you have to check for many other countries where your profession can get an English job. Freshers who study in Europe after masters can also get a job if their skill set matches. So I came as a fresher, but still I got a good job, management job immediately after completing my studies because my university was good, my course was good, and I worked as a student in companies to gain the experience that would help me get this kind of job. So my goal was pretty much clear right from the time I moved for studies here. Then people with German speaking skills, they can move to any country. So it's not that if you learn German, you will only be bonded to Germany. It's not like that because there are so many countries which speak German around Germany. Like you have chances in Austria, you have chances in Switzerland, you have chances in Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, and also now that I went to Hungary, I saw that people there are speaking so much German. We have Hungarian colleagues or Hungarian subsidy of my company, and they speak such good German. Even we have Romanian subsidies, and even they speak German. So to get in German companies in East European countries, there also knowing German is very much important because the headquarters is in Germany, and people here don't speak German that much. Like my whole team speaks German, my whole job is in German. So that's why learning German will take you ahead of competition for sure. That is like a sure shot way to guarantee that you can get a good job or you can get a job much faster than a normal person with English speaking skills would get, especially in the non-tech sectors like finance, logistics, manufacturing. All these are completely in German. Then most important point, visa sponsorship. uh, this has been celebrated a lot on social media about visa sponsorship and all, but generally speaking, it's not a mandatory requirement for your visa. You can move without a visa sponsorship. Not many people know that because when you're applying for visa in India, all you need is a job offer from Germany, and they don't ask you that where is your sponsorship. Nobody asks you this question when you go to the embassy in India. All they will ask is where is your offer letter? Can you show us that? And that's all you need to apply for your visa. And there are maybe some supporting documents which the company can anyways provide you if you ask for. So that's all about visa sponsorship. It's not a mandatory requirement. You can always tell in the interview that if you're not ready to sponsor, I can sponsor my own visa, apply my own visa, and come. So what are the costs that come into consideration? It's the relocation cost, your flight tickets, your funding for the apartment, your visa cost, which is as low as 80 euros. So all these costs. And this is one point where many agents scam you. So be sure of this and have the right information, and don't fall for agents which tell you that give me 12 lakhs and I'll get you a job. It doesn't work that way. Then high demand for IT, tech, medical professions. Like I already told, these professions are booming and there's a very high demand. So if you're in these professions, you can move much easily than others. State-wise salary. So this is the kind of salaries that you can expect in Germany. This is the map of Germany. And you can see that the lower salaries are in the east side of Germany or in the north a bit, but highest salaries are in these two states, in these three states. So here is Frankfurt. Utkarsh, can you please mute yourself? Guys, please mute yourself because this is being recorded and my voice will not be clear then. So, yes, I was talking about salaries. This is how the salary structure look. This is latest data done by Stepstone, which is a job website, and they have researched from almost all of the professions in Germany, and this is what they come up with. These are average salaries. So real salaries are much higher than this. This is what a fresher after masters would expect generally in Germany. Someone with 5 years of experience would anyways get at least 10 to 15,000 more than these salaries shown here. Top professions in demand. So These are the professions which are super highly in demand. This is the data from Make It in Germany website, which is official website for Germany to help foreigners move to Germany. There is a special website for that. So this is the data taken from there. Which are the professions that are highly in demand? Number one, IT. If you're anywhere remotely associated with IT, your chances of moving to Europe are pretty much high, because Europe is moving towards digitalization. So whatever you do, whether you are analyst and not even a direct IT data analyst, maybe you're someone in the logistics sector or in finance, risk analyst, accounting analyst, these kind of professions are also getting a huge demand right now. So anything remotely associated to IT can move to Germany or Europe. Then engineers, automotive sectors, electric sectors, electromobility. Europe has this goal of moving to electric vehicles until 2030 or 35. So that's why these kind of engineers who know AI, automotive, or in electrical mobility, battery management systems, they have a very huge scope of moving here. Embedded electronics, infotainment, all these people working in these areas have very good chance of moving here. Construction engineers, renewable energy experts, doctors and surgeons, nursing staff. This is also something in very high demand. So if you're someone from nursing, like caregivers, hygiene staff, or even into social working in this field, then you have very high chance of moving here. But the salary is definitely lower than other professions which are in tech. Scientists have a good chance. Whichever field you're researching in, you have a good chance. You get a good salary. You also have chance to become get professorship here. You have chance to get good high paying jobs as researchers in company. Those are super high paying jobs. So scientists have good chance. Finance analyst and bankers. Finance sector is booming, but one thing is that English jobs are very less. Like finance, manufacturing, like I told already many times, these jobs are in German. So make sure that you at least put a little effort into starting learning German, because that will be very helpful for you. Unskilled jobs like construction workers, metal or electronic workers, someone in wood, plastics, industrial cleaning, food production, all of this have very good chance. Clothing, textile, leather, all of this. Someone asked about aerospace and aviation industry. If you're in the technical side of that, you have a good chance of moving and also getting a good salary. Then Schengen visa rejection rate. Now, this is about the travel multiple entry visa for Schengen. This is how much people applied for various countries in the Schengen area. And highest rejection rates came from Malta, came from Sweden, Belgium, and France. But the lowest ones were from Iceland, Lithuania, Finland, Latvia. So if you're applying to come to Europe, I think applying for these countries would be much better, because you have high chance of getting the visa. And for here, there is a high chance of being rejected for the visa. Also, where does Germany stand in all of this? The rate is under average of EU's rejection rate. It's just 16.2%. So if you're applying for Germany visa, there you have a high chance of getting it. Perks of working in Europe. So I spoke about everything about job market, salary, but what is exactly that for what people are moving here? Why people here working here are happy? So one thing is the work-life balance. This is one thing that I get from people who are from India. Like they come on a one-to-one call and they're like that I have to work for 12 hours, 18 hours a day. I'm not happy. I don't get to see my child. I go in the morning and come late night, or I don't have the chance to meet with my family properly. I don't get holidays. Also, I have to work on holidays. What should I do? So I think Europe is one country where you won't have these problems. I can tell you about my life working here. I start my work around 8 in the morning, and 5 is my threshold. So I try to stop until 5. And if I have any meeting, then sometimes I extend, but that's very rare case that I have meeting after 5. Mostly people leave the office at 4 p.m. and after that it's pretty much like it's on to you. I can decide when I want to log in. I can decide when I want to take a holiday. If I feel I'm not feeling well today, I just write to my manager, I'm not well, I'm not working. If I want to go to take a holiday tomorrow, I would just tell that or book in the system that tomorrow is my holiday, and that's all. Like there's no permission taking, there's no politics, there's nothing that someone will tell you why are you taking a holiday, and you won't get a raise for taking so many holidays or something like that. There's nothing. One thing is, one practical example I can give, my parents are coming next month, so I have booked whole month of June as holidays, and I still have 10 days remaining, 10 or 15 days remaining in my holidays. So I used extras and many things, and that's how you can plan. I just told my colleagues that these are the dates that I won't be available. How can you manage? So we managed. One colleague would take up the first week, the other colleague would be present in the next 2 weeks, and that's how we managed the work. So my manager was not involved in all of this. I just took the holidays because my parents are coming, and nobody has any say on that. I asked my colleague that should I take a holiday for so long, and he's like, you just take the holiday because we are there and it's okay. Like it's your right to take a holiday. You don't have to worry. It's that easy or transparent working here in Europe. Then, yeah, second point, you have 25 to 40 holidays. This depend on which company you're working. If you're in bigger companies, there are certain special holidays that you can take. Like we have 8 days more holidays in certain cases compared to other people who are not into big manufacturing companies or big companies where labor union is strong. And you can use this to travel all over Europe. So your visa, whether you get it for Germany, Finland, Sweden, Netherlands, Switzerland, wherever you get it for, you have the chance to travel to all over Europe, all the countries in Europe without any restrictions. Unemployment benefits. So now there are many social security deductions that get reduced from my salary. So where are these used? If tomorrow my company decides that they don't want to employ me anymore, it's very difficult, by the way, to remove someone from the job. But if tomorrow they decide that, I could still get salary for next 6 months, and that's a huge percentage. That's I think around 60 to 70% of your salary, which you can still get. Plus there is government who will help you to get the next job even if you are unemployed. They will help you with free training programs, and they will help you get back into the job market as soon as possible. So if you're unemployed, it's not that you're left without any money, so to say. Sabbatical with job safety, you can take sabbatical anytime you want, from 1 month to maybe 2 years or something like that, and you can go and study in that time, travel the world, do whatever you want, and when you come back your job is still there. You have many health insurance, pensions, and bonuses. What I think people working in big companies in India like Google or Vodafone, Tata, these people get these kind of bonuses. I think those bonuses are general in any job when you work in Europe. So once you retire, you are eligible to get pension here, whether you work for private or public jobs. Open work culture, no micromanagement, like I explained before. Then 14 weeks of paid maternity leave. This is just 14 weeks, but in general, I think you can get up to 1.4 years of paid maternity leave, and also up to 3 years. So even if you go for maternity leave for 3 years, when you come back, your job will still be there. And this can be divided between you and your husband. So you can decide that maybe 3 months husband will take holiday, and remaining 1 year you can take the holiday. So you can plan that the way you want. Yeah, 3 years parental leave per child. So for every child you have, you can take as much leave as you want. Then remote work options. If you're within EU, you have chances that you can work remotely. So if you're working in Germany and you say that, oh, cost of living is too high, or maybe I should shift to Malta, or maybe I should shift to Italy and live there and save money and enjoy good weather, then you should talk to your company. You can also have the options to move there permanently and do your job remotely. PR pathway, people who are in high demand professions or STEM professions, you have the chance to get blue card. And once you have blue card, within I think max 33 months of that, you can get PR. There is an option to get PR very easily. So can you apply is the biggest questions. Whether you are a student who is looking for internships abroad, whether you have bachelor's with relevant work experience of minimum 3 years, whether you belong to a profession that has huge demand in Germany, and if you are ready to put in the hard work, you can move to Germany. So someone asked for minimum years of experience. There's nothing like minimum years of experience. It's all about your skills. So I know people who have moved even with 2 years of experience because their skills were high in demand, and they were pretty early in applying for jobs here and they got it. So main thing is, how are your skills? Are they really cutting edge skills? Are they skills that are demand in market? And do you have at least maybe 3 years of experience would be good to say, then you can move. And plus, does your profession has demand? That is the most important question that you should answer here. EU work permit. So this is something I get like every day in my DMs. I have people asking for me, I want to apply for EU work permit, what to do, what is work visa, etc. But there is nothing like EU work permit. Like you cannot just get up one day and say, I will apply for EU work permit. It doesn't work that way. You need a concrete job offer from a company that is in Europe or in a specific country in Europe to get to apply for that visa. That is the condition of getting EU work visa, I would say. Visa sponsorship is not mandatory here. All you need is a job offer. So when you give a successful interview, you'll get a job offer, and that is all you need to get a work visa to move to Europe. And every country has their own visa, which is called as resident permit. So once you come here, you'll realize that the visa that you have got, that's just a visa. You have to go here to the foreigners office and you have to change it to a residence permit, and with that you will get a paper which will say that you are allowed to work. So this is how it works. It's not like you get a visa and you can start working on that visa immediately. You have a certain process that has to be followed while moving to Europe. So first of all, get a job, apply for German visa for employment. Once you get that visa, move to Europe, and once you come to Europe, you apply for the residence permit here. And this is one factor which has huge scamming potential, because there are so many agents. Like I have people coming to me who say that I have paid 2.5 lakhs, I have paid 4 lakhs, I have paid 8 lakhs. The highest number I've heard is 12 lakhs. And the agents scan them and moved, like just scanned them and left them struggling there, because there is nothing like a EU work permit. Like you need a job offer in hand. You cannot directly apply for a work visa without a job offer. So be aware of this scam. Do not fall for any agent who will say that I will apply the work visa for you. It doesn't work that way. You have to apply for a job first. Once you have a job in hand, everything after that is very, very easy. So most common questions that you should answer for your job. So language. There are English jobs in IT and tech sector, and for all other professions, majority of the jobs are in German. For Germany, I would say. In other countries, the labor shortage is so high, like in Denmark, in Sweden, in Finland. Their possibilities of finding English jobs are much higher for other professions, like I would say teachers or um, manufacturing sectors or marketing, sales, finance, all these jobs. Finding English jobs is much easier in Scandinavian countries than Germany nowadays. You have to put in a lot of work, it's months of work. So IT and tech sector, especially developers, they have very, very high chance of getting English jobs. Other sectors is difficult because in European countries, unlike India, the working language is the language of the country. In India, the working language is mostly English. So it's not like that here. Here, if you work in Germany, working language is German. If you work in Finland, working language is Finnish. If you work in Norway, then working language is Norwegian. So that is one important thing that we should understand here, that is your job available in English? If yes, then you are free to apply. Nobody is stopping you. So that's how you should go about. Eligibility, almost every profession may apply. Every country has a list of professions that are in high demand. You can easily get them from their websites. You just have to Google list of professions in high demand for country name, and you will easily get the list for any country of your desire and find whether your profession is in high demand or not. Sponsorship, this is what is included in a visa sponsorship. So it means that once you get a job offer, the company either tells you that we will do the whole process for you, means they will apply for visa on your behalf, they will take care of your relocation cost, they will take care of your travel cost, they will take care when you come here, how you reach your place of accommodation, those costs. That is what comes under visa sponsorship. If a company says no, I will not take care of these costs, then all those costs are left up to you. And even if you do those costs, even if you take care of those costs, you have a chance to deduct those costs in your tax filing next year. So that is also a possible case. So don't worry if you have to spend. If you have a good job offer, you can always claim those elements in your tax return. Then self-sponsoring is available for all countries, almost all countries except for UK. For UK, you need a company which is a licensed sponsor. There are almost 40,000 companies which are there in this list. So you need to look at this list and apply for jobs only for those countries in UK which are a licensed sponsor. And they will do the sponsorship for you because they have to pay some money to the government to get you into UK. Visa requirements. So check the requirements on official website, whatever country that you want to apply for visa, just write that Finland visa requirements for work visa or for employment visa, and you will get everything on the official website. Usually it's nothing dramatic. It's much easy, like your passport, health insurance, which you can get easily online, then your salary slips to show your identity, your what can I say, employment contract, and if you found any accommodation in Europe, then that contract. All these things are there which you have to show for visa, and these are easy to get. It's not difficult. Your education qualifications, CV, cover letter. These are the normal requirements, and anybody can make these documents. It's not very difficult to apply for visa. So I spoke about everything about moving to Europe, Germany, who can move, why. But one thing is that who should not move. So number one is language and culture. Like I said, every country has their own language and they promote it a lot. So if you're someone who don't like mixing with new culture, who doesn't like to learn the language, who doesn't want to integrate into the society at all, then maybe Europe is not for you. Maybe you should move to a country where they speak English and language is not a barrier for you to get a visa. Or maybe you can move to Europe, but you can stay for a few years until you get PR and then you can move back to India. That's what many people do. They just try to get the PR within 3 to 4 years and then they move back because they are not interested to learn the language or integrate into the society. Then dependency. So if you don't like to do household chores, here you have to do A to Z on your own, like wake up, do breakfast, do the cleaning of the house, travel to your workplace and do any repairs that are there in your house, and everything, your garden, taking care of garden, washing clothes, everything you have to do on your own. There's no house help coming to do all of these tasks. So I have to do everything on my own. So if you're someone who absolutely hates doing these things, then maybe moving abroad in general is not the way for you, because getting house help is very, very difficult in Europe. Then earn insanely. Now, earn insanely, I think your US is the place where you can earn insanely in short period of time. But Europe is not the place where you can say that, oh, I will move to Europe and in 2 years I'll make a crore in savings. That's not going to happen. That's like a far-fetched dream. You have so many taxes here, you have so much expenses here, things are getting expensive. So saving potential is not so much, or salaries are not that high as you would get in US. So earning insanely, then Europe is not the place for you. Then if you have some serious medical condition, then you should always check what is the diagnosis available for your medical condition in Europe. Are doctors available? Is treatment available? How does the appointment system work? And then you should think about moving. Are the medicines available, or you have to rely on India to get the medicines here? What exactly is this medical condition? You have to see that before moving. And why I'm saying this, because getting doctor's appointment here is very difficult. And I already made a YouTube video on that, where I was talking that how my friends don't have very good experience. Like the disease could not be detected. They had some disease and it could not be detected by the doctors. The doctor gave them a paper that we could not detect your disease. And that's all. So they had to go to India and get it detected. And in India, within 4 days, they got cured. It was that easy, because in India, you find so many maybe bacteria or viruses which are not at all found here, or the food is totally different, lifestyle is different, hygiene is totally different. So it is difficult that those kind of diseases get detected here faster, the medicines are available faster. So that's why they had to go to India. So whenever my friends go to India, they get a full body checkup done from head to toe. Every organ is checked, and they get medicines in dozens. So people get bag of food and bag of medicines, and that's how they are living here. So life in Europe is not very glamorous, as you can see on Instagram. We have our share of struggles here. Family business also, if you are the sole person responsible for your business, you have very good income in India, then it makes no point that you move to Europe here. You have to decide that how you're going to manage this. Can it be bootstrap? What can you do to handle all of these? So keep these points in mind. Or you can move for maybe 2-3 years, and then you have to go back. Plan this properly. Medical professions, so this is difficult. People who are doctors want to move here, but they never care to know about process or requirements. So main thing is you have to learn the local language. If you're in Norway, then Norwegian. If you're in Finland, then Finnish. If you're in Germany, then German. Austria, then German. Switzerland, then German. French. So you have to know the local language. You have to pass many exams. You have to take care of the cost of this, and it takes a lot of time to move here as a doctor. So if you're someone young, you have the time, and maybe also the energy to take up all this extra work. If you're someone who's already old, then you'll have to think of this. Are you ready to learn the language? How much time it will take? Will you match these requirements? And will you get the visa, etc.? So make sure that you understand your profession and your requirements very well before moving here. So starting with important part, licensed and regulated professions. What is a licensed or regulated profession? It is for people who need special approval or license to practice their professions. For example, all doctors, physiotherapists, eye doctor, radiographers, anesthesists, who else? Orthopedicians, dentists, anybody who is a doctor requires this special approval. In Germany, it is called approbation. Then nurses would require that, radiologists, anesthetists, teachers also require special license to practice. Pharmacists who want to start a medical shop. If you're a pharmacist who wants to work in companies, you can get a job directly in companies, or a doctor who has done, for example, hospital administration, clinical management, and you want to work in a company in this field, in management, medical management field, or as medical coder, then those people don't need a license. For company jobs, you don't need a license, but to practice as an independent profession, then this license part comes. So pharmacists who want to work in company, you can work without a license, but if you want to start a medical shop, then that's where problem comes, because then you have to interact with locals, you have to understand their disease, you have to understand the medicine, you're giving someone medical advice which can affect that life. So that's where this license or approbation part comes in. Lawyers, again, you need a license, you need to pass special exams. It's not so easy to become a lawyer, but you can see which company jobs are available for you to move here, like compliance specialist, data compliance specialist, GDPR related stuff, or paralegals, what they call in UK, where you give legal advice but you're not a lawyer, can work in company. Those kind of professions you should see, where you don't have to go through this gruesome process of applying for approbation, giving 10 exams, learning a new language. So you should be able to find a way out. And self-employed people like craftsmen or women who have special skills, those kind of people would need this special license, and all these professions come under licensed or regulated professions. Now, who are the ones who are non-licensed? Everybody else out of the previous professions comes under non-licensed profession, and they don't need any special permission to start their work. All they need is a job offer to apply for visa, and they can move very easily. Others need job offers, special permissions, special exams to pass, and then the state will decide if they can move or not. So for people in non-license, you don't need all of that stuff. You can start applying for job right now by simply going to the job website, uploading your CV, that's all, and you can start right now with this. So professions are most of the office jobs. So if you do an office job, you have to go to company and you don't come in contact with locals for some kind of special legal or medical advice. I think you are safer. IT tech professions, vocational professions, managers, academic professions, then part-time or student jobs, and non-tech or odd jobs like maybe cleaning, cooking, or working in restaurants, delivery, these kind of odd jobs, all of them come under the non-regulated professions where you don't need a license or special permission to get a visa to work here. Which one applies to you? Uh, Check using this Profi filter for Germany. There is a special website which is available for this. This is called Anerkennung in Deutschland. So you have to simply go to this website and check for your profession how it is, especially for medical ones. For non-medical ones, I can guarantee you that you don't need any license. But people who are anywhere related to medical profession, like radiographer, anesthetist, and someone who wants to start a pharmacy shop, etc., then you have to go through this process. Also, there is a special organization called German I'm going to talk to them soon, and I'm going to give you a video on that, a detailed video for how you can move. But they do everything for free. So again, don't get scammed by agents. Just go to free help, which is available for German government for you to help you to move, to help you with your documents, to help you with your process and visa. Just go there and talk to them. So the name is Pro Recognition. For all the doctors, please go to Pro Recognition. Just Google Pro Recognition. I think the office is in Pune. They will help you totally. Also, the name of contact person is Denise, and if you write to her, she will help you through email. She will let you know if they can help, what they can do, etc. So don't fall for agents is my say here. There is always free help available. You should know where to take, and if not free, there is also cheaper help available. Like I do one-to-one sessions for very, very less cost. It's not even 5,000, like in 1,500, you can get a whole call with me where I'll guide you step by step. So don't fall for agents who charge you lakhs and just scam you. There is a very high potential of being scam. I have many people coming to me that way. So be clear with that. Yes, so I was telling this to you because you have to decide whether your profession is licensed or non-licensed, and you have to see how you can move. So if it is licensed, you have to check the procedure to get a license, check if you need exam, check if you need language, and what is the timeline where you can get this. Sometimes it requires 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes it requires 6 months. So just see what you need. And for non-licensed one, like I said, you can start applying today. Just go to any job website, apply for job, you can start today. But how? That I will show you now. So special permissions for work, I've made this slide so that you know the key difference and understand for yourself what are the pros and cons, and if you should go for this, if you should select this route for yourself, and do you have the time to do this? You have to understand all of this for yourself, because this one definitely takes more time than the non-license and more effort, and this is much easier. Beware of this. Again, beware, because you have to make sure that you have the time, money, and energy for all of this, so that you're not disappointed, or you don't get rejected, or you don't feel sad that I put so much effort, it doesn't work out, or it's so difficult that I'm not able to do something like that. Just make sure that you have the process in your hand, you have done your research well. These are the list of website where, if you are into this medical professions or regulated professions, you should look for these websites, and you will easily find the exact procedure on the official websites of these countries. So look for official websites. You have all information available for free, how you can search that. Google apply for license for your profession name in the country that you want, and find the websites. That's all you have to Google. So if I am a physiotherapist, I would write apply for license for physiotherapist in Finland. And that's how I would find the whole procedure. I would find the website who does this or tells me what to do. What does a perfect profile have? So irrespective whether you're from licensed or non-licensed profession, you will need a CV, you will need a cover letter, you will need a LinkedIn profile. So let's check out how you can make this all perfectly. So what is the weightage for different aspects in this profession or in this application? First of all, CV. You need to have the right format of CV. For Europe, there is a specific format that works. For America, there is a specific format that works. So whichever country you're targeting, you need to have the format for that country to start the applications. Once you have the CV, your second step is to make a good LinkedIn profile. To make a LinkedIn profile which is attractive, which has good SEO optimized. How to optimize that? By using good keywords, to write the correct profession name, to write the correct skills that you have, so that your profile comes up when someone search for you. Number 3, degree and skill certificates. So you should have your degree and skill certificates. When you apply for job, they won't ask you for your marks that you achieved in your bachelor's or something, but what they will want to know is, can you do the job? So you have to present your profile in such a way that they understand you can do the job and you have the skills to do this job. And you can show that by showing your degree. So if you're applying for a developer job, you should show a degree in computer science. You should show some certificates for whatever language that you're a developer. If you're a C++ developer, you should have some certificate showing that you have done course on C++ or something like that. Do show as much things as possible which will make your profile strong. Then fourth step is cover letter. Why this is fourth step and not here somewhere? Because not every company is asking for cover letter. If you want to start applying and you want to feel like, I want to apply something in the next 10 minutes, then you will need at most your LinkedIn profile if you go through Easy Apply, or your CV if you go through job application portals. So these are two most important things. And sometimes some websites may ask you that upload your cover letter or upload your write in 300 words, what is your motivation for this job? And that is when cover letter comes into play. But you need to have it ready, so that whenever some website or some job on LinkedIn asks you for that, you can simply copy paste that. Then everything else, like making a profile on career sites and networking with people and all, everything comes later. First have these 3 things, because even if you go to network, you will have to show them send them your CV or show them your LinkedIn profile. So these are important things that you should have. Secondly, everything you need to know for CV. So let's start with that. Number 1, CV gets only 6 seconds of HR attention, because nowadays you might have seen on LinkedIn, when a job position is advertised, there are 200, 500, sometimes 1000 applications for a single job. So if someone wants to hire for this position early, you don't have much time to impress the HR. What you can do in these cases is you should have a good skills section in your CV where exactly those skills are written that the job is asking for. You should have crisp contact data. If the HR likes your CV, they should be able to contact you. Then the CV should be one page template. I have got CVs from professionals who have 10 years of experience, which are 10 pages. Like, I was shocked. If I have 10 pages in my CV, who is going to bother looking at that? Because HR does not have time. There are hundreds of applications to see that. And how should I look at a CV which has 10 pages? I would want something which will make my work easier as an HR. So the easier you make it for the HR to look at your profile and to shortlist you, the faster you get that job. That is what I'm saying. Always think from the perspective of other person and not your perspective. You want to write all your history that you did in your life until now to get the job, but HR doesn't want to know that. They just want to know if you have the skills. That's all. So how you represent this in shortest possible way, that is where the skill lies in getting a job interview. And the main point is using keywords and bullet points. So use keywords from job description and use them, sprinkle them all over your CV, in your skills section, in your job description, everywhere, in your certifications, maybe. Use it everywhere so that you get shortlisted. And a good photo. Now, if you're applying for somewhere in North America region, then I would say photo is not something you should use in your CV. You should use a black and white format. But for Europe, having a good photo, being presentable is very important. So that's why having a photo will really help your CV. It's not mandatory thing, it's your wish. But if you have a good professional photo, use it in your CV. So how many from these points do you really have in your CV? Write that down and analyze for yourself if your CV has a combination of these things. What is the anatomy of a great CV? I would start with file naming guideline. I get CVs which are named in hexadecimals, which are named in CV template file, which are named as CV1, which are named as something funny. But what is your main thing to make a CV? So how you should be different by writing CV underscore your name. Also, you can write underscore your profession. So my CV would look like CV underscore Priyanka Mane underscore project manager. So if this CV is sent in someone's email, in an HR's email, and the person is looking for project managers, if they search project manager, my CV as an attachment would come up. That's how SEO and keyword works. So you should be smart enough to know where exactly can I use my keyword, my job title, or anything which will help me get a job. You should sprinkle it everywhere possible. And this is the best bet. This is your best way to make a good impression by writing a good file name, at least first. And use PDF. Don't use Word files. I get so many Word files. I'm not able to open it on my phone. And then I cannot check what you have sent me. So I have to always open my laptop and it takes much more time. So like I said before, how much you make the life easier of other person who is going to evaluate you, the faster it is going to be that they will work for you. So always think in that perspective. If you send a PDF file, it opens on all kinds of devices without any problem at all. So make sure that you're keeping these small things in mind when making the CV. Now, focusing on content. Your name should be there, your job title should be there, and this should be researched very well on various websites, on LinkedIn, on job portals. You should type your job description and see what is the most commonly used job title for this profession. So someone in cloud developer, for example, for them, what is the title? There are many ways to write that you are into cloud profession. You can write cloud developer, solution architect, cloud architect. There are so many ways, cloud security expert, but what exactly applies to your skills, that you should research on LinkedIn, that you should research on the various job sites, and then write that as the name. And That's how it will work out. So the name that is most common for your job title, that will always work out, that will be searched by most people looking for that profession, and that's how your name will come up faster. Then professional photo, don't add just random photo taken at a wedding. For example, I've seen CVs where people add wedding photos or something like that. So don't be that person. Please use professional photo. Even if you don't have professional photo, you can wear something semi-professional at home, take a photo with a plain background, like a background behind me, and add that. That would also work, but don't add something really unrelated to your professional life, like wedding photos, for example. Then college details, college and thing, contact details, your email and your location, your number. This is very important that you should have on your CV. Your LinkedIn link is very important. Your experience, so your job title, what was the location, what was the duration, and responsibilities. Do not add extra information like the company summary. For example, if you work for Google, then people will write summary for Google. People will write, so official website is www.google.com, and so many things. That's not necessary. Everybody knows what is the company, or they can just Google and find out about company details. This CV is not for talking about your company. It's for talking about you, what you did at that company, what were your responsibility, what skills you learned, what you achieved, and focus only on that part, not on giving company details. Just company name and location is more than enough to tell where you worked previously. Do not add addresses, websites, reference person, etc. Not needed. Skill, and this should always be job related, not any unrelated skills. Always look up for the latest skills that are in demand and add those to your CV. Softwares, if your job demands some kind of softwares or technical skills, add them, because they are the biggest keywords, or the best things that you can include your CV to make your CV or LinkedIn profile come up faster. And certifications. Certifications are very good way to show your expertise, or to show that you are skilled in something and you can handle that properly because you have given an exam for that. So adding certifications also makes a difference to your CV. And add only the relevant ones, not something you did 10 years ago and is not relevant anymore, but only something that is relevant right now for your job and is also in demand in the job market. This was about the content, about the aesthetics, how to make a CV look good. You have to name it professionally like this: pages, one or two. So I would suggest make a one-page CV. Don't use more than one pages. If you're someone who is an expert with more than 15 years of experience, then making 2 pages makes sense, because you have that much experience and those many skills that you can write in 2 pages. But other than that, one page is more than enough. Using keywords is what make the difference, not number of pages. HR does not have the time to look at each and every page there. Then colors, white, gray, black, pastels. These are all good colors. Don't use fancy colors like blue, pink, red. I had seen a red CV and I didn't know why someone would use red color in a CV. It's not a good impression to make. Use very simple colors if possible, like white, gray, or pastels, which do not take the attention of the reader from the content to the color and look of the CV. Font, Calibri or Arial. Font size 13 to 14 is good for a title, and for description 10 to 12 I would say is a good size. Not too small that someone has to zoom it, but readable enough. Links should be clickable, but don't keep it with blue text. You can do that too. That's a setting that you can add to your PDF file. No sign and date needed. This happens a lot in Indian CVs, that you write after the whole CV ends, you write name, signed, I hereby declare that all things are true. It's not required. It's not a contract. It's just your CV. So that thing is definitely not needed nowadays. No full addresses or references needed. Everybody knows that you have references, you can give them, but you don't have to write whole address of references. Like I said, CV is about you, not about other people. So try to write as much as possible about yourself and the keywords more specifically. And use PDF only, no Word files. How to make your CV ATS friendly. This is something most people ask about ATS. So ATS, I've heard this mostly in America. For Europe, I spoke to some HRs and asked them, do you really use ATS? What is it? And they said that it's just application management software and it's not something which will, which is something so evil that it will not take your CV at all. It's not something like that. They use it to manage your CVs, but still, I've made these points that can help you get through ATS. It's everything that I spoke before. First of all, make a one-page CV, which should not have any fancy or complex format. Because if a software is reading your CV or parsing your CV, then chances are with the fancy format, the information gets mixed up. So to avoid that, always use a normal format where it's clearly given, where clearly written with headings and bullet points and not chunks of data or too much data for the software to parse. Then use professional fonts, which are easier to parse, no fancy fonts, because Calibri, Arial, Times New Roman, or Sego, these are the fonts which are read by most softwares, or most softwares will be trained using these fonts. So it's much easier to parse them, and they are available everywhere in almost all softwares. Fancy fonts may not be available, so be aware of that. So it's possible that the software may not recognize the font at all. That is why using a good font is important. CV section headlines. Give good headlines which are non-repetitive to your resume, because then again, it's easier for the software to read. When you write work experience, the software understands below this title, all points would be included for experience only. Below education, I would have points like um, the university where you studied, the degree that you did, and the date where this was done. Technical skills, contact information. Use very clear headlines which shows what you have written under that title. Summarize information in bullet points. Now here, using chunk of text, again, not important. Summarize as much as possible. Use bullet points like this. I've used this bullet points. It's easier for you to read and understand quickly rather than making a paragraph. Keywords, again, like I said many times, keywords are the only things that will get you an interview. If it is a human reader or AI reader or decision maker or someone like me whom you send your CV, if I can read the keywords easily, that means I understand your profile very easily. So make sure keywords are there. And use different types of words from job description, like the softwares that they have mentioned, like the soft skills that they have mentioned, like technical skills that they have mentioned. Use those words. Those are called keywords, and add them to your resume or cover letter. And highlight relevant skills and software. Don't highlight or write achievements from your school time era in your CV now. You have evolved as a person from that time till now. So it's important that you write your achievements now that you have in your job or personal life, and not those that were 10 years back. Like you were first in elocution, essay writing competition, nobody cares about it now. What are you doing right now in your job? What is your achievement there? How fast you do your work? How efficiently you helped the team to solve a specific problem? That is what is important in your CV right now. And this is not just for your CV, but you can use this approach everywhere, in your LinkedIn profile, in your Zing profile, in the emails that you write to your HR, and also in the cover letter. So these are general guidelines to make your profile much better for the reader and for the HR to understand you as a person and your fitness for the job. Tips for freshers. There are many freshers who would be there in this call, so I thought of adding something for freshers as well. Make one-page CV again. Professional email, no funny emails. Professional email means you should write just your name and surname, and if that domain is not available, maybe some numbers, but that's all. not more than that, not something funny that some flying rider, something like that. I've read many funny emails, and please don't do that in your CV. That's very unprofessional. Make a new CV only for job applications, so it's easier for you to handle all the applications or everything in one place, not in your personal email, because there you handle so many other things. And for job applications, make a separate professional email where you're handling everything about job. So use that email for your profile that you will make anywhere, or career profiles on career sites of different companies. Use one email everywhere. Add certifications which you do, because freshers don't have experience, so certifications is something that will help them stand out. Use transferable or soft skills. Transferable skills means which can be used throughout your career in spite of some job profession. So being proactive, ability to work under pressure, ability to stay calm and focused under stress, being punctual, solution oriented, these are transferable skills which you can write there. Add project work from university. So when you're writing project work, important is again what you learned or achieved while doing that project work. So if you are a team lead, you can write managed a team of 3 for doing this project. My responsibilities were developing a project plan, talking to stakeholders, getting finance for the project, and I learned XYZ while doing all of this. So that's how you should write your project work, and not simply name of the project and description of the project. Again, you have to talk about how you help the project get better and not what the project is doing. So project, what project does, maybe one line, but after that, your learning, your takeaway, and your achievements that this project helped you to do. Relevant internship experience. Nowadays, you get paid as well as unpaid internship. Try to do as many as possible. My brother did online internship. I didn't know that existed, but 2 years back, he did online internship, got a certificate for that, and it was in project management. So that helped him gain a lot of experience. And once he came here, now he got a good student job in a very, very good company, like one of the innovative companies of Germany. So try to do these kind of things. Even if it is unpaid, it's okay, but try to get company exposure. That's important. Take up freelancing work if possible during studies. Nowadays there are many ways you can do that: Fiverr, Upwork, or simply contact your friends and ask them, I have these skills, I have the skill of developing a website. If you are planning to do something or you know someone doing that, let me know. I will pitch in, I will come and help in that. That's how you can do that. Then connect with people which are 3 to 5 years ahead of you. So if you are starting your career now, connect with someone who is 3 to 5 years ahead of you. Look at their profile, search on LinkedIn, or talk to your friends or any contacts who are 3 to 5 years ahead of you or have a profile that you want to achieve, and talk to them what challenges they faced, where they spent their time, or where they wasted their time in the early years, where they thought they should have spent more time. These are the kind of questions that you ask. Then what are the skills right now that are in demand in market? Maybe just name 2 skills, and you can watch YouTube videos to understand where market trend is going and what you can learn to get that skill as fast as possible. This is how networking can help you to understand your field better. And sometimes it may happen that you would understand that you want to become, you are in finance field now and you want to become a data analyst, but after talking to a data scientist you realize, oh god, I have to study statistics, I have to study Python, I have to study R, I also should know Tableau, I also should know SQL, and this is not where I want to go. I want to become a manager, not someone who is doing technical work all day. So maybe that's not the right field for me. I should change my field, and I should understand what is more suitable to something what I want to do. This is how you should analyze. That's why talking to people always help. Talk to someone who is in the field that you want to go to, so that you understand where you are getting into, and will you get into trouble or will it make your life better. And lastly, do not lie on resume. You lie about skills to get a certain job, but when you go to interview, someone who is 3 to 5 years ahead of you, they will ask you some 2 to 3 questions, and they'll realize this person doesn't know about what they have written in their CV, and that will make very bad impression it is possible they may ban you from future job applications to the company. That's why lying on resume is not something that you should do. Then CV do's and don'ts include your full name and job title and other relevant personal data, not data like my WhatsApp number, my Instagram ID, my Snapchat ID and all that. Not that is not personal data. Personal data means your contact number, a professional email ID, and LinkedIn link and your location. That is enough for your personal data. Then crisp profile summary, not a summary with 11 points, but a summary with 3 points talking about your years of experience, what you achieved in those years, and what are the 2 to 3 fields where your expertise is. Responsibilities should have bullet points. Use as much bullet points as you can because that makes a CV readable and digestible for the reader also to go through the CV very quickly. And mention skills like tech skills, soft skills, languages. Even if you're someone applying to Germany and you don't know the language, or you are just starting, you started with your A1 class, doesn't make any problem to write German in your CV because you have started the class and you are learning about it. Adding German to your CV will give the impression that you are willing to integrate into the society or willing to interact with people when you're here or willing to do the job much better. That's why adding German to your CV or any language that you want to work in, if you want to go to France, for example, and you write French in your CV, that will make a very huge difference because France market is very much dominated with the language. If you don't know the language, it is difficult to find a job there. So that's why adding language will make a difference in your CV, will help the person understand that this person is willing to learn the language or know about our culture and likes to or wants to come to this country and doing everything that they can to get the job. And again, don't write irrelevant data here. Don't write any large chunks of text. Always use bullet points. Don't write previous company websites, address, and description what the company does, what is the turnover, etc. I've seen many CVs doing that, so don't do that. And don't use too bright or dark color scheme. Use very simple colors like pastels, like this color, for example, here, or grays, whites. Those colors are good. And no Word file, use PDF, please. It will make the life of the HR easier to read your profile or understand your profile within seconds instead of giving a Word file, which is difficult to open on private devices, mobile phones, etc. Then LinkedIn profile. So before moving here, I want to ask how many of you want a break right now so we can pause this for 5 minutes probably and then come back at 12:35. Five minutes break. Okay. Sure. Thank you so much for reacting so quick. Then we will take a 5 minutes break and we'll come back at 12:35. So let's start with everything you need to know about making a perfect LinkedIn profile. As much as CV has a weightage, LinkedIn also has the same weightage in your job search, and it's a very powerful tool where you can get direct request. So using LinkedIn in your job search process is very important. Now, these are two profiles on LinkedIn. And if you came across these profile, which one would you talk to? This profile or this profile where everything is mentioned? Or would you look at this profile? Suppose you're looking for a test engineer. Both are the profiles of test engineers. Which one would you go for? Of course, the second one. And that's what everyone in the chat says. Because there is nothing, absolutely nothing mentioned in this profile, and you don't know who is behind this. Is it a scam profile? What is there? But if you look at this profile, you see very clearly what the person is doing. The name and software quality assurance engineer. Their contact info is there. Where they worked is clearly visible. What are their skills? This is a very good about section where you write about a short summary of what is your experience, what are the skills that you have done till now, and what are your achievements in this domain, what are the best skills that you have. Also, writing your experience, writing the skills in the experience that you gained from this specific job that you did. That is what is expected in a LinkedIn profile generally. And that will help you gain the attention of an HR. So, what or how should you do LinkedIn profile optimization? So, when we talk about LinkedIn profile optimization, it simply means that filling up your LinkedIn profile as much as possible with relevant skills, relevant keywords, relevant data about yourself and your previous work experience, and show it as much as possible closest to the job that you want to do in future. That is what LinkedIn profile optimization means. And also using different settings in LinkedIn to make your profile as much visible as possible to the HRs to show your intent very clearly. How to show this intent? By adding your location, by adding your relevant experiences, by having a good profile photo, semi-professional or professional, but not a travel selfie or not a wedding photo, for example. Then changing URL to a very simpler form. Your URL should not be something like your name dash surname dash hexadecimal digits. You can change that. There is an option in LinkedIn to make your URL shorter, so you don't have to go to your LinkedIn profile every time someone asks you for LinkedIn URL. You can memorize that and type fast immediately. If I ask you for a LinkedIn URL, you should be able to tell the name exactly to me without having to go to LinkedIn profile. You can edit your LinkedIn URL in that way and make it simple. Then by using LinkedIn jobs features, LinkedIn has a whole different section for jobs where you can apply for jobs, prepare for interviews, make a good profile, understand keywords. You can use this section for improving your profile as much as possible. And how all this works is by using the right keywords, by using the right settings, like adding the open to work setting, which tells the recruiter that you are open to work in XYZ countries for this positions, for remote jobs or for full-time jobs or part-time jobs. This setting helps the recruiter know that they can contact you or not. That's why it is a very important setting in your LinkedIn that you should do. Adding high demand skills, that's most important, because recruiters is always looking for people with skills, and if you add that, that will be very good for your profile. And adding a common job title, so something we saw in the previous profile, that person had written software QA lead or something like that, very clear, software testing engineer, something like that, very clear what your job profile is, because most of the profiles that you're looking for will have that job title mentioned. So it becomes easier for the software also to look for jobs for you. In LinkedIn, you can do some settings where you can set your search criteria, what job title you're looking for, what location you're looking for, and every single day you will get new jobs delivered to your email which have that job title and are in the location of your choice. This is a very powerful feature which you can use to get ahead of the competition, apply fast, and apply to the jobs exactly that you want. Profile photo. This is very important. If you want to add a profile photo, make sure that it is good. You can use softwares like photofeeler.com. I added my profile photo on photofeeler, and within 1 hour, I got 27 votes on this, where real people, not AI, real people vote on your profile and vote on your photo and tell you if it is good. So you can add your title for what you're using this photo. If you're using it for dating, for example, you can add here that you're looking for dating. And that's how it will decide who should look at your photo and who should work on it. So when you look at that, people judge you for how professional the photo looks, and this is what criteria they judge on. how competent you look. Do you look competent? So it's 9.4. I would say any score above 8 is a good score for your profile photo. Then likable 8.7. And when I read the comments for why people are voting less for likable, they said that maybe the smile is not very big, or maybe they should not smile or something like that. So they also give you suggestions. That was very interesting for me. I had total fun doing this voting thing. And influential, it looks 9.1 influential. So that is also good. These are the skills generally which your photo should show you. Is it competent? Are you likable? Are you influential? When you're going for a project manager job, when you're applying for that. So if you don't know, if you are not able to judge your own photo, put it up on Photo Feeler, and real people will vote what they feel about you. And you can decide if you want to use that photo or not. It's that easy nowadays. So what are some tips that you can use? Use a professional or semi-professional photo. Your face should cover at least 30 to 50% of the photo. Your face should be huge. Should not be a photo where your whole body is visible in this small area, because it won't give a clear idea of you at all. So make sure that it is a headshot and not a full frame photo. And use these sites to get a perspective of others without AI judging you, but people judging your photo. Now, I've talked about keywords in this whole lecture until now, and this is the time when I'll tell you how to find keywords if you still didn't understand how to find it. So you have to go to job description, you have to go to responsibilities section or your profile section in a job, and they will list out everything that they want to look. So number one, you have to look for technical skills or technical keywords, like for example, studies in computer science or electrical engineering. This you can add to your CV. Then programming language skills like C, C++. This you can add to your skills section. Object oriented programming, again something you can add to your skills section. Software architecture design. These keywords, like big words like this, UML based architecture modeling tools or software development processes, these are big words which you can add to your job description. So you can write experienced in software architecture design for XYZ that you did in your job. I don't know where you use that, but that's how you can write this. So using the sentences which are there in job description will help you make your profile much more similar to the job description. Even LinkedIn uh, will have it easier to be able to match your profile to the job description. This is how it is done, simply by using the words that you have written in your CV and matching those words to the job description of the job that you want to apply. It's that easy. So sprinkle it all over. Like I said, this in your education section, this in your skills section, this in your job description section, and this in your transferable skills section. Agile mindset, proactive collaboration. This is important for someone where more communication is involved or more problem solving skills are involved in those kind of job, like project managers, developers. These skills are important. So you can write these as transferable skills in your resume, or also in the job description, that I learned to have an agile mindset in the job because all the projects that I did had were in agile format. We shifted from waterfall to agile format, for example. You can write all of this. This can also be used in your cover letter to show what projects you did, what you achieved in that, and what tech as well as non-tech skills that you learned from this specific project. And German or English language, so this you can add to your language section, of course. So this is how you can identify keywords from a job description. Now, next thing is, if there are too many job descriptions, if you have like 10 jobs that match your profile, you have all of them open in different tabs in Google, then what you should do is copy this your profile section or requirement section for all those jobs in a free cloud generator tool. Just Google for free cloud generator. It will come up in the first search result, and just paste all of these job descriptions there, and it will generate a cloud with big names and some smaller names. So big names are the words that appear most of the times in these job descriptions. So maybe some other words like knowledge, experience appear a lot because they are present in almost every job description, but you have to ignore that and look for words like this and see what are 10 different profiles that match your job description. What kind of skills do they have in common? So if you're a software engineer and object oriented appears in all 9 of them, this will look like a very big word in that word cloud. So this is definitely something that is a skill that is being looked for in software developers in this country. So you should add this somewhere in your resume, in your cover letter, in your LinkedIn, in your job description. Somewhere you should add this skills. This is how you use keywords, identify them, and add them to your CV. So I've made this table so you have it in one go. You can look at it in one go and you can understand where exactly you can use this. This is exactly what I've explained during the previous slide. Now, skill section and job matching. For LinkedIn, this is very, very important part because when you look for a job on LinkedIn, there are some skills associated with this job. And LinkedIn identifies these skills and gives the HR a summary of how many skills are present in your profile and how many skills are missing. So if only 4 skills are present on your profile and on someone else's profile, 9 or 8 skills are matching from 10, then of course they have a higher chance of getting that job than you. So what you can do in this case, you can go to your skills section in LinkedIn and add those skills that are missing there. You can simply use this option, add skills, and select whatever skills that you want to add here. Now, Prince 2, this is a certification for project managers and agile product managers. This is a certification. So if you don't have that, you can't add that certification. So this is also one way for you to understand what certifications are being looked for. So someone who wants to be a scrum master, then scrum people or scrum certification, scrum product owner, these kind of certifications would be looked for in that person. So that is also a way for you to understand, if I don't have that skills, what certifications I could do so that I can add that skills or certification in my skills section. Second way to add those skills is, this is my work student job description that I've done. So I've added what I did in this project, and I also added the skills that I learned from this project. So I learned agile methodologies, agile project management, product development process. The whole job was in German, so I added German, agile application development, and Scrum. So add as much skills as possible that you learned during your experience somewhere. And someone asked if it is available in premium. I'm not wrong. So let me tell you, I don't have premium. This is a free feature which anybody on LinkedIn can use. It's not a premium feature. You just have to go to job section, and when you scroll down, you will see this, how many skills are matching, which skills are they looking for, and out of that, how many match on your profile. This is a free feature. It's not something premium. Nothing that I'm telling you in this class is premium. Everything is free. I don't have premium subscription of anything. You can do it for free also. Next thing is, when I told people that for my first job, or every day I get HRs who are contacting me for certain job positions, then people don't believe it. They said, how is it possible? I don't get anybody contacting me. So how is it possible? Because of this open to work setting. So when you keep yourself open to work, you can add these preferences. So job titles that you're looking for: project consultant, project coordinator, which kind of job, on-site, hybrid, remote. So I've selected on-site. Which location? Because I live in Germany, I like Germany, I know German, I've selected German. You can select whatever country you would like to move to and whatever country your research says is good for you. Also, if you're not specific, if you're someone from IT sector like project manager, developer, agile practitioner, for you, any country in Europe is okay. You can add Germany, Netherlands, Finland, Sweden, then Switzerland, Austria, Belgium. You can add absolutely any country that you want to. And you can add multiple countries here. I think there's a limit of 3 to 5 countries. I don't know. You can check it on your LinkedIn profile. All this is free. It's not premium feature. Start date. Now that you're applying from India, you are of course flexible. You cannot join immediately because visa also takes time. It takes 2 to 3 months. You can select whatever you want. If you want to select immediately, it's your preference. For me, I'm flexible. Employment types. There is full-time, part-time, contract. So for students, part-time is something they can use. Internship is something they can use. For other people, you can use full-time. And what is the difference between contract and full-time? Contract means the position is for limited time, like only for 6 months or 1 year or 2 years or 5 years. If someone is going on maternity leave for 1 year, then they want to find a substitute for that person. So this position that they're advertising is only for 1 year. After 1 year, that person comes back and your job is gone. So that means that is a contract position. And full-time means it's a full-time position, of course, we know that. So this is how you can save this and apply settings that you want to. When a recruiter looks at your profile, they will see this section open to work and they will see all the details where you are open and if they should contact you or not. So let's give a demo on this. Can you see my LinkedIn screen?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, great. This is my LinkedIn and let's see a demo about all the things that I told you right now. You can also open your LinkedIn side by side and see or do those settings on your LinkedIn immediately so that it is added. Now my profile is a creator profile, so I will have some extra tools like analytics. You won't have that. For you, it will be a normal profile. This thing will be missing and you will see this. So first of all, you can go to edit public profile and URL and edit your URL and make it simpler. How I have done it? I've just made it 5 letters. So whenever someone asks me my LinkedIn URL, all I do is write this and I write these 5 letters that I know I can remember easily. I can tell anybody. This is my LinkedIn profile. So make it as easy as possible and short so that you can, it fits in smaller space and you can send it to anybody within seconds. Edit visibility, make the profile public so anybody on the internet can find your profile very easily. Even if I Google that I want this person in this area, I want a Java developer in Bangalore area, should be able to find your LinkedIn profile should come up. In that case, if you don't want others to be able to find you, you can keep it off. Now you can select here who should be able to see your profile photo. Only first degree connections, your networks, all LinkedIn members or public. When you make it public, if someone searches for your name on Google, your photo will come up there. So these are the things, see, Google, Bing, etc. These are the things that you have to decide how much open you want to be for other people. Then your background photo, all these are the things you can choose yourself if you want to keep them open or not. That means when someone looks at my profile, when someone Googles my name, they will only be able to see these green marked features on my profile and not others. So someone will not be able to see the details. All they will be able to see is project manager and this, but not the job description details. They will only see the titles and location. That is the meaning of details. And courses. I've added a lot of courses, like I said in the previous section, from skills. So someone would not be able to see that on my profile. See, you cannot see that. You can only see my certifications, but not the courses that I have done. So that's what you have to choose, what you want to keep public and what not. If you want, keep everything public. You'd never know which keyword works to make your profile come up and stand out from others. Okay, so this was one important setting, the public profile URL. Next thing is your headline. Make a very clear headline of what is your profile. My profile is IT project manager at Audi. You can use whatever is your job title and make it very clear. This should be there should not be a doubt about this, that what job you do. I see some people, they write just developer, that's all. I mean, what? What developer are you? What are your skills? If you're a Python developer, please write Python, SQL, R, whatever other skills you know that are relevant to this data or this field that you are working on. I'm also a Scrum Master. That is something different from project manager, so I've added that too. Then open to work setting, you can simply go to open to and make the changes. So I've already added that. That's why it will come up like this. Here you can add all the changes that you want to do and make it visible to recruiters only. If you make it to all LinkedIn members, your current boss will see it and I'm not responsible for the things that happen after that. So make it to recruiters only and save it. Important. So if you make it visible for all LinkedIn members, here a green thing will appear around your photo and everybody knows you are looking for other job. Okay, next is featured section. If you have any post that you do, if you write on other mediums, if you were published in a newspaper, if you have some achievement which is public on the internet, you can always add those links here so that people can see what are your special achievements. Some people add their CV here, but before adding your CV here, make sure you remove your email, phone number, and any address, personal details that are there in that CV. Then your about section. Make sure your about section is concise. You have well researched keywords in this about section. For that, you'll have to look at different job profiles. You'll have to look at different skills that are in demand for your profession and then add that. If you have something ready in your CV, you can simply copy paste your summary here for short-term solution. It's good. It will at least have some keywords and you can keep updating it. Making a LinkedIn profile is not one time thing. You have to keep it updated with time, with market changes, with upskilling, with your education changes, everything. And these are job titles and descriptions. You can simply add them, copy them from your CV and add them here. No problem, but make sure they have loads and loads of keywords from current job market data. Next is skills. Make sure you go here in edit and whichever jobs section that you want to edit, you have to click on the pencil icon and you have to add the skills here. These are the skills which I showed you previously, which appear in the jobs section of LinkedIn. So make sure you add this properly, and they recommend adding 5. You can add whatever skills you want to. I've added more than 5. It works. Don't worry. And media means you can add some certification that you had, or you have some reference from some person that you have worked well in this area. You can add that. You have some image that someone gave you kudos, or some award that you have, you can add photo of that. Everything works here. Then next is, okay, this thing ends, experiences. Next is your education. You know what you studied. You can add your grade. You can add all the skills that you studied. Maybe you did some important project which got recognition from government or some company. You earned some prize for your project. You were top 1% in that project in India. You got some Startup India award. Make sure you add all of these. Those are your achievements and they help you stand out. Then licenses and certificates. This is my IELTS score. This is my German certificate and many other courses that I did. You can add all your licenses, certificates here. Like I said, Prince2, PMP, these certifications can be added under this section. Projects, whatever projects you did, what you learned from that project, what were your responsibilities, you can add that. This section is okay for freshers. For someone who is experienced, you can add any project, and make sure you're not adding any personal or compliance related data from your company. Just add about your responsibilities and technologies that you worked on. If you did any volunteering experience, this works very well. Try to add that. This is a good addition to your profile to show that you go out of your way to help others also for free. Skills section, again, this is very important for jobs. This is the job section. So I'll show you where this appears exactly. I clicked on this jobs. And let's open a job. So this is where you see the skills. Once I clicked here, this is the fifth one from up, you are sent to this section of how you match. It shows that only 3 skills on my profile are matching. So they have written they want competitive analysis, computer science. I'm electronics engineer. I didn't add computer science. And product requirements, product road mapping, quality assurance, software development. I did add all of this. If you have these skills, you can add and you can match your dream job. Now, this they want someone in quality assurance and software developments. I did not do this. I don't want to do this. So this is not the job that I would want to do. So that's why I won't add that skill. It's okay if only 3 skills matches. If there is some other job here and I like this job profile, they are doing exactly what I want to do, then I will go ahead and I will add these skills. IT solutions, I know GDPR, I know this business process analysis. I'll go and add and make sure that more skills match the job of my dreams rather than a random job which I don't want to do. So that is important that you add those skills which are relevant to the job that you are finding. And everything else, these are recommendations from other people. For example, if you want someone to give you recommendation and they are not giving it to you in paper form, just tell them, can you give it to me on LinkedIn? That would be very helpful. And whatever they give you, it will come up here. So this is a very good way of showing you. I don't see how you match option coming for me. I did not understand your message in the chat. And publications. If you have any papers that you have published, you can add. I have 2, so I've added. Courses, if you took any honors and awards, I got a scholarship to study in Europe, so I've added that. And test scores, these are my German and English scores, and everything else. So this is how you set up different things on your LinkedIn profile. Main thing is your about section and your experience section and your skills section. So make sure that you add as much as skills and keywords as possible in this. Okay, Gosia, you have a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, sorry. Thanks, Priyanka. So you just now showed like you can see the skills with which you got that job in the, you went to the job section.
Yeah.
How you match skill, there is how you match you were showing, right? I could see. Yeah. So how does this come? Is there any setting for this? Because I have set the filter, but I don't see how you match option if I click on any job.
Can you see this job page at least in your LinkedIn?
Yes, I can see it. And then if I click on any job, I see the job description and whatever the details
you don't
company
see
has
this how
added.
you match?
No.
Okay. Not even this add skills or something like this. This. Don't you see this also?
1 minute. I see skills right here at the top,
Okay.
but
Yes.
I don't see add skills or.
You just have to click on that and you will get here. So 6 out of 10 skills match.
Okay, it's not, maybe we can check it later. It's not clickable for me actually.
This thing is not clickable,
No,
but
I
what do you
don't.
see exactly?
Skills. That's all.
Only skills. There is
Yeah.
nothing else.
No.
Okay. This should be clickable mostly, because if you click, it will open up a whole list, something like that, or show all skills. At least this option should be visible. Everyone else, for you, is it visible? Yes. I have people in chat saying yes, for them it is visible and they are doing it simultaneously. So there is some setting in your LinkedIn which is missing. Maybe you have to set yourself open to work or something like that, or
That
you
I
have to
have
add
said.
some skill. You have to add some skills at least in your experience section so that they show up. In your experience section, if any skills are missing, or here if you haven't add any skills, then there are no skills to match and LinkedIn won't know. So someone suggests change your browser. I'm using Google Chrome, and important is that you add some skill at least, so that the job has at least one skill to match with your job, with your dream job, and that's how it will match the skills. Make sure you add something.
I have added, but no worries. I will check it. And I am also using Chrome, but no worries. We'll
Okay.
check it later. You can
Okay.
continue.
Okay.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Hello. Yes. So moving on with the job section. This is your home of job section. I'm not using any premium. Here you can find the jobs that you have saved. When you go to a job and you click on save, it will appear in your save job section. Job alerts. This is important. Then you can select different project, your titles, and you can use which region do you want to set this job for, and you have to set the frequency. How? So let's set one. Go to job section, go to job alerts, do it with me. Click on edit, and here you can select project consultant, or whatever your job is, finance manager, whatever, logistics expert, SCM expert. Alert frequency daily. Get notified via email or notification. If you have app, then you will get notification. If you don't have app, you'll get email. And if you want to see similar jobs that match here, so for project consultant, some other matches would be project manager, agile project manager, IT project consultant, technical project manager. All these fall in the similar category. So that means see similar jobs. So that's how you will get it, and you have to click on save. These are some examples I've added. So I added for Germany. DACH means 4 countries. Deutschland, which is Germany, A is Austria, and CH is Switzerland. So if you're looking in the German speaking region, you can add DACH. And here I've used a different one, on-site, remote, hybrid. So I've selected all kinds of job options that you should do and get notified. Yes, then one more section I've added which shows only remote. So these are 3 possibilities that you can use. You can use either on-site, you can use all 3 possibilities, or remote, and get notified for similar jobs. This is how easy you can set and make sure that whenever a job comes out, it comes in your email first and you be the first applicant for that job. And then click on done, and your alert is set. From tomorrow, you will start getting alerts in your inbox for different jobs. Demonstrate skills. Here you can take a test of your skills and show how well you know those skills. There are 15-minute tests which you can give for different skills, and it will show that you have a preferred skill batch on the job when you do that. Then interview prep. This is one very good feature of LinkedIn, because you can see different questions that the HR can ask you with model answers. So not just one answer, but like 4 different sample answers. You have different variety that you can read that. Then you can also watch a video from someone who teaches you how to approach this question, what things you should keep in mind, and what things you should not say when answering this. Here it is. You can use these points and develop your own answer. And plus you also have tips. So this is one very, very good section which you can use for completely free and prepare for job interviews. If you don't know what questions are asked, how to answer that, or how to make a story, everything is available here. Use that and you can practice and get feedback also. This is also possible. So make sure to use these free features from LinkedIn. They are very helpful for your job search. Resume builder, this is where you can build a resume from your LinkedIn profile, but make sure you make a separate CV. Don't use this as much as possible. Job seeker guidance, it is just about videos which help you to give you points how to improve your resume or how to improve your LinkedIn profile, how to get a referral, how to network. All these things are available for free, so you can just go and watch that. Then the last feature of
Priyanka,
jobs. Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. I have a question.
Mhm.
I created my LinkedIn profile somewhere around 10 years back, where I was
Mhm.
not clear on the professional and personal front. So
Mhm.
I just need to classify this in the current situation. Like I want to separate my personal and professional. So can I update my existing LinkedIn profile with a new email ID? If so, can you please help me how we can do that?
I think that should be able to be done in setting. But if your LinkedIn is so old and you anyway don't use it, it's okay to make a new profile with a new email. It
But
hardly
I will
takes.
be losing contacts,
Okay, send them
connections. I don't
request
want to lose
again.
that.
How many are there? If they
Almost
are
250 around.
1,000 plus, okay, 250, you can make them again. Today, if I sit and send request to 250, at least 100 will accept. And if I do it tomorrow again in 3 days, I have 250 contacts again.
Anyways, I'll do that. But is there any way like we can still
I'm
update this?
checking that.
Yeah, thank you.
Sync calendar. Okay, I don't see any option here. Email address. Here is the way you can change that. You can change the email addresses for account access. Just
Okay.
go to your settings and sign in and security.
Okay, Priyanka.
Okay.
Thank you.
Then now I saved these jobs 2 minutes ago. Product owner for TeamViewer Munich. So it will show me an update that this is an easy apply and I have to apply fast because this was posted the 3 ago. So when I click on easy apply, I will just be directed to their easy apply screen directly on LinkedIn. I don't have to go to their website and it will get applied for me. It's easy. You just have to enter some details, click on easy apply, enter some details and discard. Okay. Enter some details and you'll get applied for that job. It's that easy. Okay. Also, when you find these jobs on LinkedIn jobs, make sure that you go to the company data or you go to the company website and you apply there. Make your profile on the company website. So I saw it's TeamViewer. I will go to TeamViewer careers. Jobs at TeamViewer. And I will simply apply here. There are so many jobs in so many locations. I will simply click what I want and go and apply there. That's all. I'll make my profile here on the TeamViewer so that like I did a setting to get emails to my inbox for jobs from LinkedIn, I get special emails from TeamViewer. If TeamViewer is my dream company, I would get special emails to apply here and I am the first one to apply. So that's what you should do. Make a profile also on the career site of LinkedIn. Okay, that's done. That's all with LinkedIn. Connecting with recruiter. Okay, this is one point I miss. Again, go to job section.
One question. His portal is that.
So for certain jobs, there is always a hiring manager available, or their number is available, or their email is available, and sometimes name is available. So you should contact with them, trying to find a job where such contact person is available. See. So directly below the job, you have this meet the hiring team. Some people have it locked, some don't have it locked. So if you have premium, you can click on the message option. Or if you don't have premium, you can simply go to her profile. You can send a connection request. And I have given you a template option where this email is present. What exactly should you write in this connection request? That, hi, I'm looking for these jobs. I saw that you're hiring for this profile at ASML. Would be great if I would connect with you. I've applied through LinkedIn, but I wanted to make a direct contact. Even that much is enough to include. And here is my email. Contact me anytime for jobs if you want to talk to me about my profile. That's how you should approach a hiring manager. You can find it directly here, or you can find the name of the person somewhere here. This is your contact, Nicholas Schulz. So you can find this person, Nicholas Schulz, ASML company, in LinkedIn, and you can send them an email directly, or you can write to them, or if you're in Germany itself, you can also call them if there is something that you want to ask about the process. But don't simply keep calling people for no reason. If there is something that you want to ask, like you want to ask if they provide sponsorship, etc., then okay, otherwise no. Okay, this is done. Now going to LinkedIn do's and don'ts, again, what I said before. Use good profile photo, headline, use banner, use a nice summary, use as much keywords and bullet points as possible. Your open to work setting, URL, editor, everything should be very clear. Don't keep something blank. If it is blank, it means it's you're losing on the digital real estate that you have. You have to use that space and write keywords that will shortlist your profile. Use job section properly and complete all sections as much as possible. Don't use too many occupations in the headline. Use one, at most two, which describe what job you do. So if you're into risk analyst, then write risk analyst or finance specialist, something like that. And third, job description if it is relevant to your profile. Otherwise, don't use, or finance project specialist, something like that. That's all. Don't use more than that. Make sure that all those profiles are relevant to each other, and don't confuse the reader in this process. Moving on to cover letter. Cover letter is not something very difficult to
Priyanka,
do.
I have one
Yeah.
question as you are
Yeah.
finishing to LinkedIn.
Mhm.
So I actually optimized my LinkedIn to get like the jobs. I attended one of the similar session from one of the content creator, and she suggested that if I'm looking for a job in Germany, so I put my location in Germany in LinkedIn profile, which I did. But now what's happening is that I do get pings from HRs like for looking for my profile. But when they ask me like, are you in Germany? I said, no, I'm in India and I'm looking for a job in Germany. I don't know, is it good to put your location as something where you are planning to move, or?
Yes. This is like lying directly on your profile. Who should use this option? If you want to use and if you have a good reason to support that, then you should use. For example, if I'm working in India and I came to Germany for some project, then I would write my location as Germany. And if the HR asks that, are you in Germany? I can say that no, I was there for a project, but I had to return back. But I'm open to job opportunities in Germany. Simply changing the location, it totally depends on you, how good you can handle when an HR asks you're not in Germany and you're writing something like this. It depends on the HR also, that if they consider it in a positive or negative way. Totally depends. So it's your call if you want to use that or not. You can use that, especially for someone who has come here before for job related reasons. Many people move, so you can use any European location. If you were in Malta, for example, for 1 week for your job, you can write Malta as your location and then look for jobs that way. That is also possible, but it totally depends on you. It's like lying on the resume. So if you can give a good reason, use it. If you don't, then I would say don't do it. But that is the thing. If you write that location, you will get job offers, of course. You will get HRs contacting you.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So moving on to the cover letter, how to structure a cover letter. File naming guidelines, again, name it properly, like cover letter underscore your name. Uh, what you should include in a cover letter, you should have your name, your contact details, so that the person reading can contact you after reading that, hiring manager details, to whom, which company, and which position, salutation or subject, and it should have 3 paragraphs. This is important, that a cover letter has 3 paragraphs at least, where you write the opening about where you find this job, what is this job about, and what exactly matches from this job to your job description. Then second paragraph should include everything about your achievements, your skills, and highlights of your profile. So why you are the best match. If a job is looking for someone in the banking domain for 10 years and you match that, you can say that I have 10 years experience, and you're looking to know these tools, SAP or whatever tools, and I know I've worked on these tools in an international bank, so I know I worked on CRM tools or whatever. You can add that these are the tools that I know, I've worked on them for 3 years in a very critical project where I had to report to the CEO or whatever, something like that, which shows your credibility, which shows that you have handled critical aspects of a project, which shows that you have spoken to C-level executives, which shows that you have good presentation skills, you have good interpersonal skills, you have technical skills of understanding and handling a software, you are independent, you are proactive. These skills should be highlighted from this section, which shows that how you work under pressure, you handle some project, you found some last minute errors or problems, you solved some problems after the project went live and you had to work something extra, you had to motivate the team to work on something that was difficult, you showed them how to find a solution, for example. This is all the things that you can write. And as a supporting argument, you can always use certification, that I have 5 years experience plus I have a Prince2 certification that makes me competent from the technical as well as the functional background or knowledge, theory related background for this topic. And third paragraph is closing and call to action. So mention where and how they should contact you. Mention that, thank them for their time for reading your cover letter. And this is my email. Feel free to contact me anytime on this number, or I would be happy to schedule a meeting to discuss my profile further. Use this email for scheduling the meeting. This is how you should write in the end, so that the person knows what should they do after reading your cover letter. And enclosure, you can add this if you want. You can add a resume or make a 2-page PDF file where first page is your CV and second page is your cover letter, and send that to recruiters on LinkedIn, for example. Samples are there in the template section. Like I've uploaded that in the files. Go and check that for different kinds of templates. Follow-up templates, connection request, email request, all templates are there. Cover letter do's and don'ts. Again, same what I explained right now. Make sure that it is very clear what are your skills and achievements and how you match the job. The files are uploaded in a zip file in the section where different sections of the courses are present. So different lectures are present. In the end, you will see a file which says jobs in Europe, bonuses or bonus documents. That is the file or zip file that you have to open. Let's move on to the next section. How do you apply? Now you know how to make a CV, cover letter, LinkedIn profile, how to set up, get notifications from job, and make your best profile. So let's move on how to use these things to make a good application. First of all, you should have all these documents ready at hand in a folder in your computer, where whenever you have to apply, you know where, in which folder you have to go, what is your CV, what is your cover letter, if your degree certificates are there, if any extra certifications or licenses they should have a file, or if you have German, English, and some job demands that you have German certificate, then should have that. When you're applying for jobs in a country, having German certificate is not necessary. So if you go to apply for visa, they won't tell you that give me German certificate. It's an optional feature. If you have job offer, that's more than enough. If the job is in German, then they will ask you. If the job is completely in German, then of course you'll have to show some proof that you know German, or written document from your manager that no department works in German, but his profile is technical or her profile is IT related. So that's why they don't need German language. For them, the job is in English. This can also work.